All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Um, I'm back already. It's Monday. For whatever reason, usually around Monday or Tuesday, I get a lot of energy and motivation to make another video. But even if I have the motivation, if I don't have anything to talk about, I won't force it. But man, whenever I sit down and I watch something dog related, chances are I'm going to find something to talk about. I'm going to find something that I want to talk about, something that's going to upset me. Dealing with these dogs, I'm easily agitated. And I want to get into these dog lovers and their obsession with seeing babies and kids in grave danger. Right? Let's get into it. Who do we got? So ABQ in the building. Ban all dogs, Pops. Yes. Yes. 0 dogs remaining. All right. Tiger Paw. Callie. We hate dogs. Let's deal with this, people. I hate the doo-doo. The most disgusting videos online are on this channel. They upload the worst cases of endangerment. It is heaven for a dog lover who gets off on seeing babies and kids in grave danger. This video was uploaded February 1st, 6 days ago. Already, it has over 1.3 million views. All of the videos that show a baby around a dog, they have a lot of views. It's really off the charts. And the reason people love these videos is because the baby is in grave danger. If the baby is not in grave danger, these people are not interested in the video. If this was a baby with a rabbit or some other harmless animal, these people would not be interested in it. The primary reason they flock to these videos and watch them religiously is because the baby and or child is seconds away from a brutal death. That is how sick and demented these people are, and I want to put a spotlight on their sickness. Now I'm going to play this short clip and come back with commentary. I probably won't be able to make it. This is 3 minutes long. So there's a good chance I'm going to hear something that's going to upset me, and if I have to pause it and comment, I will. But this was uploaded February 1st. Already almost has 1.4 million views.
Pregnant. I think they knew what was going on. When we finally did bring her home, they put it all together.
Thought they'd be excited, but you're always anxious.
You see what I'm talking about? We barely got started, and already I've seen enough to make my blood boil. These dogs running up to this newborn like it's a fresh piece of meat. And again, when these babies are attacked, when these newborns are attacked, many times people, you see the victim, the dog attack victim, is only a few days old. This is what goes on inside of these people's homes. And if they allow the dogs to sniff their newborn, like what you see on the screen, and the newborn is not attacked, that increases the chances of the adult leaving the baby alone with the dogs. That's when they'll leave the baby on the sofa somewhere alone with the dogs, because they think, oh, I can trust it. And quite often the dog, as soon as they leave, right? I proved in a video that dogs do this. You can look it up. Dogs wait for you to leave, and then they will do something that they know that you don't want them to do. So quite often, as soon as they leave the baby alone, the dog then attacks the baby. And other times, they outright attack the baby right in front of the adult.
You're always anxious. You never thought they would take her the way that they did.
From the start, they were by her side.
But Mason takes it a step further. He definitely is her shadow. He's her safety blanket, if you will.
He would just come over and come just lay down next to her. He definitely entertains her.
Y'all see that? You see that? You see how the baby squeezed the dog's mouth? And the adult knew that that was very dangerous. So the adult tried to loosen up the baby's grip. These videos are disgusting, and they're outright criminal. And these people get off on it. This is what happens. These people leave their babies alone with dogs, and they let their babies play with dogs, grab on the dogs. The babies are allowed to explore the dogs the same way the baby would any other object. But when we're babies, we explore the world through grip. We grip and grab everything. And babies, newborns, they have a very, very tight grip. That's how we explore the world. It's natural instinct. You put something in the baby's hand, the baby grips. And you want to let your baby interact with a bloodthirsty predator? This is unreal. And you know, these people, they push this narrative, oh, it's very rare that a dog attacks a baby. No, it is not. It is anything but rare.
Crazy to see just the way they interact. It's like they're talking their own little language.
Jojo.
Now, people, listen. If the dog was not there, these people would not be motivated to film or record this. They would not be motivated to take photos. They would not be excited. The only reason these people are excited the way that they are, the only reason this channel host of the doo-doo gets off on videos like this is because of the danger involved. They all understand that this baby could die within 1 second. Babies have softer skull. Dogs could just clamp down once and kill a baby. And keep in mind, dogs always go for the jugular. These people get off on these videos and photos for that very reason. There ain't nothing adorable about it. You'll see them talking about, oh, how it's so adorable, oh, how it's so cute. This is why you have polarizing viewpoints. This is why people are either in love with this or totally against it. Look at this. Look at this comment. Breathtakingly precious. And when they comment videos like this, they're only talking about the dog. They don't see anything beautiful about their babies. If they did, they would not allow a dog nowhere near their babies. Like I said before, in order for them to show positive energy to a baby, to their baby, they have to pair the baby with the dog. Without the dog there for them to get off seeing the baby in grave danger, they're bored. And when they see the baby with the dog, they understand full well that only the baby is in danger, not the dog. Only the baby. And that is what they get off on. When they say that videos like this is cute and precious, they're only talking about the dog, because they know that the baby doesn't have a choice but to be pure and innocent, precious and cute. What they're talking about is the fact that the dog does not maul the baby. They're saying that that is adorable. It's adorable that the dog does not maul the baby. And it's like an adrenaline rush for these dog lovers. Just like skydiving and any other adrenaline junkies, this is just another type. But do not be deceived, people. None of us are deceived. They can pull this on fellow dog nuts. But these people, the adults, should be arrested and thrown in prison for reckless endangerment, along with everybody else who want to be stupid enough to endanger their babies and kids, record it, and upload it to social media. Something you have to see to believe. Now I want to show y'all something. Let's look at the truth when it comes to these worthless mutts. Like I said, these people don't love their kids. They don't value their kids' life. And they know it. Before they have a child, they wrestle with their own emotions. And they wonder if they're going to love their dog more than they love their newborn. They all go through this. And in order to combat that, in order to make sure that they don't show more affection to the dog, they just make sure the baby is next to the dog. You see? Because now, whenever I want to show attention to the dog, my baby will be right there. And I can pretend as if I'm just as in love with my baby as I am with the dog. But the truth is that the apple of their eye is the dog in each and every scenario. Dog owners who are not this way, dog owners who value their baby's life, they won't allow their babies near dogs at all. They will get rid of the dogs before the baby is born. And at the very least, they won't own a dog until after their kids have moved out of their home. At the very least, if they have even a drop of good sense. But their behavior here, what we're looking at, is these people putting their thoughts on full display. And it's video after video after video. These people get off on this and they flock. They flock to it because it helps them cope with their own relationships with their babies and their kids. It makes them feel like, oh, you know, I've always loved my baby just as much as I love the dog. Not true. And many of these dog nuts, it's either two things. They either love the dog more or they love the dog just as much as their baby. Those are only two scenarios. Now look at the latter. The people who love their dog just as much as they love their baby. Can we even say that? If they're willing to sacrifice the baby's safety? I know a lot of people might think it's over I'm going over the top, going overboard when I say that they love the dog more than they love their baby. I'm saying that that's the only way they would entertain a lifestyle like this. It's the only way. If they love their baby just as much as they love their dog, they wouldn't allow the baby near the dog. Their behavior reveals what they really feel. Now let's take a look at the true nature. See, this is a little 3-minute video right here. The Doodoo and these other dog sites, they love doing this. Taking a bunch of snippets from a very long video. I can guarantee you this video, the original, is very long. And they edited, took a bunch of snippets. These don't show you the true nature and character of dogs whatsoever. Right? Now this video was uploaded on Pitbull Victim Awareness today. Right? Let's look at it together. I haven't even watched the whole thing yet. And it's titled People Traumatized by Pit Bulls. And listen to the very first story.
Before we adopted the puppies, we used to watch Dog Whisperer. All feeds into the whole reason that we were okay with adopting those dogs. Cesar Millan, you know, he was an advocate for the breed, and they were just about that time where you were starting to see more celebrities adopting them, and sure, that absolutely factored into my my trust of pit bulls. Yes.
So Susan and her boyfriend adopted 2 puppies, a mix of American Pit Bull and Staffordshire Terriers.
They were good dogs. I mean, we trained them, we, taught them all the basic commands. They were very willing to learn. They were socialized with plenty of other dogs. Our friends would bring their dogs over, and everything seemed great. My friend...
No abuse. You can tell this woman is not the type to abuse dogs. I don't want to hear this nonsense. She raised these things from puppies. Isn't that right?
Kids would come over and play with the puppies, and they were loved. Those dogs were cuddling with me just before Dax showed up at my house that morning.
Dax is Daxton Borkart. That day, Susan let her dogs out while she stood outside holding Dax, bundled against the cold. Then, within seconds, her dogs went from pets to predators.
They just... They just kept coming at us, and Dex, they pulled him out of my arms, and all I could think was, I don't know what's going on, but I have to protect him. I have to save him. I have to do something. I have to get us out of here. I have to get us out of here. I have to get us out of here. It was just a nightmare.
Okay, wait a minute, people. I'm sorry, but I have to ask the question. You already know what I'm about to ask. People, look, I'm a very masculine man. Okay, let me get that straight. I'm quite masculine, at least in my opinion. There are a lot of big masculine men who are a lot more masculine than me, but I think I'm up there. And I have cried before in my life. And I remember that when I used to cry, the tears would come out first. You know, the tear will roll out and roll down your face before you actually start to cry, you know, full force. I just knew this woman was about to show me tears. Maybe they're still inside of her eye, but you know, when you're crying like this, man, I expect to see some tears. Haven't y'all seen people who cry and a tear will roll out of their eye really fast, and they haven't even contorted their face in crying fashion yet? They could hold a perfectly relaxed face, but because they're so sad, that tear will just come rolling out, man. Man, it's scary. I always say that these people do not truly love their babies. They do not truly love their kids. And it's scary to see evidence. I won't call it proof, because I can't legitimately. It's scary to see strong evidence of it like this. All right, let's continue.
And all I could think was, I don't know what's going on, but I have to protect him. I have to save him. I have to do something. I have to get us out of here. I have to get us out of here. I have to get us out of here. It was just a nightmare.
Emergency? Help! Help! What's going on? Ambulance! 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 You're being attacked by who? A dog! Dogs! 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 Female called 911, hysterical, saying she was attacked by 2 dogs. Apparently the dogs attacked a child. Where are the dogs? Whose are they, or what do they look like? They're 2 pit bulls. They're outside. They're outside in the back. So yes, they may encounter them. I don't care what they do to them. They can shoot them. I don't care. Whose dogs are they? They're our dogs. My dogs. My dogs. Oh my God. He's still breathing.
Wow. Wow. You dumb dingbat. You dumb, brain dead dingbat. This is so infuriating. I would give people like this a pass if I knew that they had no idea that this was possible. But there's no way that these people can argue that they did not know that this was a possibility. and they took the chance anyways. You have to be very obsessed with dogs to do that, to take the chance anyways. And you have to be more obsessed with dogs than you are with your baby. The worst part about stories like this is knowing that the parent never truly loved their babies in the first place.
The whole time it's happening, you can't believe it's possible.
And you can't stop them.
She said the whole time it's happening, you can't believe it's possible?
Yeah! I'm still breathing.
The whole time it's happening, you can't believe it's possible.
You can't believe it's possible? So, let me stay calm here. So you're saying that had I questioned you before this attack, you're telling me that you were not aware that this was possible? Are we really supposed to buy this? None of these people are oblivious to the possibility of this happening. That's a lie. That is a lie. And is this woman going to show us just at least one tear? Can we get one tear? My goodness. And you know what's scary? A lot of other dog nuts think the same way she does. They don't believe it's possible. This is dangerous level of stupidity right here. People, you can get so stupid that you're a hazard, a safety hazard. You're dangerous to yourself and everybody you get close to. This is a dangerous level of stupidity right here. It should not be embraced. And it is embraced by stupid videos like this. This is what the doo-doo represents. They represent the culture of mutilating babies and kids.
You can't believe it's possible.
And you can't stop them.
You start praying and you just keep acting, you just keep reacting, and just keep trying to get him out of that situation.
Wow. I am mind blown. That woman did not let out a single tear. Not only that, she looks like she's acting. How many times have we seen that? We've seen this before. These people get up there and start acting. Now this guy, he was truly crying. That woman looks like she was acting to me. Man, unbelievable. And the guy that's doing the interview, he asked her, he said, and you can't stop them. In other words, you can't stop the pit bulls from attacking. You cannot stop the attack. And this is my thing. Why would you invite something into your home where if it does attack, you can't do anything to stop it? It's not even a case where this animal is easy to restrain. You know, an animal attacks and you can easily get it under control. Why would you bring something like this into your home around your babies? Don't tell me you love your kids, your babies. No, you don't. And you don't love yourself. That's where this originates from. A lack of love for self. That is the root cause of almost everybody's dysfunction. This is crazy. Okay, lady, enough of you fake crying. Let's continue.
You can't stop them.
You start praying and you just keep acting, you just keep reacting and just keep trying to get him out of that situation.
The scar is going to be there for the rest of his life.
A scar that will cover most of a little boy's face. The attack happened here at a camper home just off Highway 30 in Pocatello. The father says his son went into the kitchen to talk to his mom and the dog attacked. Nobody knows why. Now his son has a lot of healing to do. 2 of the boy's facial nerves were damaged. Those nerves control facial movements, like smiling. Other wounds damaged the spit glands, the upper lip, and below one eye. It took more than 1,000 stitches and 6.5 hours of surgery to fix.
Can be done. An attorney suggests it is a civil matter, not a criminal one.
A Saskatchewan woman is sharing her terrifying ordeal from earlier this month. She says her neighbor's dogs burst into her home and killed her pet.
These pictures of Corla Berg's dog, Gucci, are all she has left, along with the terrifying memory of the animal's death. Berg says Gucci was killed by her neighbor's 3 pit bull-type dogs inside her home on an acreage in the RM of North Battleford. She says the dogs broke through her screen door. Berg says they cornered Gucci in the kitchen. When Berg tried to pull the dogs off, she claims they started coming towards her, growling. So she says she jumped onto the kitchen island countertop.
They dragged my pup out onto the floor of the dining room and...
Like most others, for Monica Piaseczna, teeth.
I just fall to the ground because I don't know what happened at that point. I look at that dog, there's blood everywhere. It's all on the ground. It's all on that dog's face. It's just, he's bleeding on his side. There's just blood everywhere.
Or, you know, all the services that need be, the licensing. But
video shows a white pit bull tied to the Kylie's front porch in Kenosha. What we won't show you is what happened immediately after 4-year-old Colin tried to pet it.
And in an instant, the dog just lunged at him and mauled him, bit him in the face.
Colin's dad, Paul, carried him away to a hospital around the block. The owner tends to her dog. Paul says Colin underwent a 2.5-hour surgery. His initial injuries too graphic to show.
This is life-changing. You know, you go from a happy 4-year-old boy, perfect child, to having to face multiple surgeries for the rest of your life, revision surgery.
Okay, so why would you take the chance in the first place? There's nothing that these people can say after the fact that will exonerate them. No, you're guilty. These people are getting away scot-free with crime. 1 minute, they want to get off and mentally masturbate at videos like this. And then when the dog attacks, they want to, oh, I'm so traumatized. No child should have to go through this. Then you hear the sob stories. This is so crazy. Now, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something with these lunatics. These people are so crazy and out of their minds that you need a whole research team to truly examine the depth of their insanity. You truly do. You need people who have different specialties. Because this thing has a lot of moving parts. Now, y'all know I like these maps with dots on them because it helps me to better drive my point home. Now on this map, there are 169 dots. 169 dots. These dots represent the number of fatalities. I'm not even talking about mutilations, because there are many more mutilations. And I mean mutilations like what you just saw with this boy who needed reconstructive surgery. We can include gashes, anything that requires stitches. There's a lot more, but we're only dealing with fatalities. Fatalities is always the tip of the iceberg when you're dealing with victims. So this is the smallest number possible when examining the victims. There is 169 dots on this map. These dots represent the number of fatalities of children between, 13 on down, age 13 on down, who have been killed between 2010 and today. Over a 12-year period. Now I want you, I always use this comparison, to imagine, think to yourself, what would we think about an organization of humans who killed 169 kids in 12 years, over a 12-year period? What would you think about a serial killer who killed 169 children over the period of 12 years? Would you say to yourself, if you were to find this out, would you say that it's rare? That it's nothing to be concerned about because it's such a rare thing to happen? Could you possibly view it like that? In any context, that's exactly what these people do. Even the people who are aware of the statistics, they say that it's rare. This is not rare. Nobody can argue that this is rare. In fact, over 12 years, this is pretty frequent. Frequent and consistent and steadily rising. Dog attacks over the past few years, 2-3 decades, have skyrocketed. They have been on a steady and consistent incline. And that increase in attacks coincides with nutter videos like what you see on the doo-doo. The rise in popularity of videos and photos like that coincides with the rise in dog attacks on children alone. Keep in mind, I'm not even including people aged 14 and up on this map. Nothing that produces statistics like this belongs next to a baby. Nothing that produces stats like this belongs inside of a home where babies and children are present. They don't belong in the neighborhood. They don't belong in the country. Yet these people bend over backwards to preserve these things in our society. Many of you may have seen recently, they pulled this worthless mutt from a burning vehicle. Matter of fact, let's watch this goofy video, just in case any of you haven't seen it yet. It's pretty interesting, right? Let's watch it together. Again, this surfaced, what, maybe a couple days ago or so? Maybe less than that.
Dog in the car? Oh my God! Where's it at? Put me in the back. Right here. Right here? Yeah. Hank, come on, man. Hank. Is it unlocked? Yeah. It's not. It's not going to be able to lock. It's right here. Come on. Hank, come on. Come on, buddy. I can't get it. Come on. Come on, Hank. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This guy was about to have a nervous breakdown. Boy, he was very emotional. The same creatures that produce the statistics that we just went over, they behave like this. They will walk through gunfire for the creatures responsible for those statistics. You cannot get any more backwards than that. You just can't. These people really are an insult to the existence of humans on this earth. We cannot let people degrade our existence like this. And that is what these people do. The true nature of dogs is seen when dogs are alone with children and babies. And veterinarians even tell you to never leave them alone. That alone is telling.
In Oklahoma, a pit bull getting into the school and authorities say attacking children, 3rd and 4th graders. Several were taken to the hospital, and now body cam video tonight showing how first responders and a teacher helped stop the dog. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Is it in the school?
Yeah. Tonight, this police body cam footage showing the frantic moments after a teacher tackled a pit bull in an Oklahoma elementary school. It ran into the playground where about 30 students were outside for recess a week ago Monday.
This wild pit bull got loose and it's like attacking the kids.
There's like 4, maybe 5 kids.
So this mutt saw a school full of kids, and it was like a kid in a candy store. Obviously. Of course, they're going to frame it hero teacher. They actually wrote that here in the headline. Hero teacher. As if this is a story about a hero. No, this is a story about a public safety hazard that is not treated like a public safety hazard. That's the problem. You see, when there was no adult around to tie and restrain the dog, when the dog was free to interact with kids without the discipline or the restraint of an adult, you see the true intent, the true nature of dogs. You see how they truly view children. They view children the same way they do farm animals. When dogs get around farm animals, they go around and they kill as many as possible. And they just kill them just to kill them. And like I said, no other animal in society is like that. Other predators kill for food. The only time other predators kill just to kill is when they kill other predators that they're competing with. Quite often you'll see a lion kill hyena, but they won't eat them. It's because hyenas are predators as well. They're making an example out of these things. They're just showing their dominance. Dogs kill just to kill. And like I said, literally nothing, no other animal on this earth is as aggressive as these things, and they're not treated as such.
More than a dozen children were injured, 5 taken to...
More than a dozen? What? So this mutt just went around attacking every child it saw. And these same creatures are being promoted as the best friends of children. They project it as if kids and dogs are a match made in heaven. You know, situations like this is what these dog nuts get off on. They know that the dog could snap and into a rage at any moment, like this. And that is what excites them about it. The possibility that something like this could happen.
To the hospital by ambulance. 8-year-old Alexander Puentes bit in the leg.
He was like kindful for a minute, but then like he got rough and then he started biting people.
Hold on. Just in case he slips out, dude.
Officers finally able to leash the pit bull and lead it out of the school. Tonight, the dog being held by animal control. Police still looking for its owner.
David, all of those children are going to be okay. Officials think the pit bull got onto school grounds through a gate that had been left open. David?
All right. Kana Whitworth tonight. Kana, thanks.
So that dog was probably put up for adoption. Right? It was probably put up for adoption. Probably most definitely was not euthanized. And when it was adopted, it was probably given a profile that it's shy or insecure, something like that. And it probably attacked some other child. This is utter madness.
Since the start of the pandemic, mental health services have been in high demand, particularly in schools. Now, Harlingen High School is using a unique resource to help.
Well, our very own Marco Ramirez joins us now live with more on this
extra special therapy dog providing emotional support to students and staff. Marco.
Well, Cindy and Jeremiah, Levi is an emotional support dog for Gunno Freshman Academy, and district administrators say with the added stress of the pandemic, having him around makes a whole lot of difference.
He's probably one of my greatest tools in working with students.
So, those same creatures that snap and mutilate kids, creatures that prefer to attack kids, in our society, they are treated like royalty. They literally treat dogs like angels sent from heaven. All this They want to treat dogs as if they can cure humans of all of our illnesses and problems. They are the cure for stress and anxiety. People, in the back of our minds, we all know that these things could snap at any moment. And if they do, there's nothing we can do to stop them. Very little. There is no way an animal like that can reduce anxiety. No way possible. They literally took a study that was only conducted between a dog owner and his or her dog and applied it to the general public so that they could usher dogs into every business, schools, institutions in the country. How is this even possible? How could something this menacing, this much of an enemy to our kids? Do you know, if nothing else upsets any other animal, it will be if you screw around with its young. If you ever want to find out if an animal is capable of being deadly or dangerous, try to harm its young. You will see a duck attack you, an ostrich, animals and insects that you had no idea was capable of violence. You'll find out in that moment. And humans do the exact opposite of what all other living organisms do. It's not just mammals. Insects are the same way. We're the only creatures that go against nature, do the opposite of what's natural. And what's the result? You get fatalities like this in only a 12-year span. People, if I were to put dots on this map for the number of kids that required emergency care treatment over the past 12 years, there would be no white area. Let's understand that. There would be no white areas at all. Hell, in a 5-year period. Because keep in mind, in a 1-year period, you're talking about 500,000 children. 500,000 in 1 year. So what are you talking about? In a 12-year span, are you talking about 6 million? Can you imagine 6 million dots on this map? And we're talking about emergency care treatment. So basically, like I said, these things are child predators. And you want to treat these same creatures like royalty. This article just surfaced yesterday. You want to treat these same creatures like this? And let me just say, any police officer, police department that has a bunch of men inside of there hugging and kissing on dogs, I'm not going to believe that you are very manly. You're not manly enough to call yourself protecting the general public. I don't think so. You see, When there's a job that requires masculinity or femininity, I want the most masculine or the most feminine. I don't have kids, but if I did, and I had a daughter, I would want my daughter to spend a lot of time with her mother. Same if I had a son. Because both masculine and feminine energy is required to raise children properly. Both are required. I believe to be a police officer requires a lot of testosterone, brute strength. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat. And you telling me the people who are going to protect the lives of the general public are up inside of a building kissing on a dog, treating the predators of our children like royalty, like angels, like saviors? This is disgusting. But these people are not oblivious to how dangerous dogs. They are not oblivious to it. Do not let them sell you that. They're very well aware of what these things are capable of. And that's exactly what excites them so much. That school where that pit bull broke into, dog lovers were excited about that, if you know what I mean. They got off on it. Maybe not on a conscious level. Maybe on a conscious level. But they get off on stuff like that. And then they want to take their baby, newborn and all, and hand it over to a dog. Preferably a big dog. Bully breed or whatever. And they get so excited when their child and baby is now in grave danger that they pull out a phone and take a photo. They'll record a video. They want this moment to be permanent in history. We're dealing with a group of very sick people. Very sick individuals who don't understand that dogs are mutants that have no place on this planet. Why do y'all think all other animals attack dogs on sight? Y'all remember about a week or so ago we talked about the javelina, these pig-like animals down there in Arizona. And they are said to be animals that will attack dogs on sight. People, history is replete with animals that attack dogs on sight. Wolves are the same way. This article surfaced, I think today. Wolf reportedly kills dog. It is very, very, very common for animals that are not even predators to attack dogs on sight, just like we saw with the deer. All other animals know instinctively that dogs are not true animals. And that is why all other animals try to eradicate dogs from this planet. They don't even think about it on the contrary. They look at dogs and they see right away, this is a mutant. This thing is abnormal. And they try to rid the planet of them immediately. The danger the dogs pose, like I said, is well known to these people. An article surfaced today that bears witness to that. Detroit News made this, wrote this article. Opinion. When you see how it says when pets are healthy, our whole Detroit community benefits. Replace that with the word dogs, because they're only talking about dogs. When dogs are healthy, Detroit benefits. Look at what it says. Exercised, socialized dogs with access to veterinary care are significantly less likely to bite. So you give a dog a bunch of things for free, and it'll reduce the chances of it attacking you. You have to do so many things to accommodate a dog. That's how dangerous they are. If they're not exercised enough, they say, oh, they'll attack you. They're not socialized, they'll attack you. They don't have access to veterinary care, they'll attack you. You stand up too fast. You move too fast. You want to jog. You get too close. You look at them. You stare at them. They'll attack you. There's a whole litany of things that you can do that a dog will attack you for. And that is why these people get off on seeing babies with dogs. Because they are fully aware of this. They are fully aware of this. Do not let them sell you this mantra where they want to act oblivious. I never knew this was possible. During the whole attack, I never thought this could happen. You knew full well it could happen. And it is your knowledge that it could happen that excited you so much. We're dealing with sick, deranged people. And I wanted to make that clear on a video all to itself. There needs to be a lot more people calling this out. People with larger platforms than me need to be calling this out. Shout out to Gucci Chain Gang in the super chat. Sisters last year got a dog and treats. Yeah. They treat dogs better than all other humans. Better than all other humans. He said they don't appreciate humans at all. Right, another shout out to Gucci Chain Gang in the super chat. He tried to have me dog sit. Oh no. No dog sitting. Do not fall for that, people. Like I said, I advise you against even going into their home. Don't even go into their home. Don't get in their vehicle. They're so contaminated. And look, they want to see you in danger. They get off on seeing you scared. They feel like they are superior to you if they can see you trembling in your boots. These dog nuts can't wait to get you to their home around their dog so that they can see you terrified. Like I said, we're dealing with a bunch of sick, deranged people. Shout out to Maurice in the super chat. A friend had a pit bull that killed 2 of his goats, not for food, just for, killer instinct. Pit nutters, they're the worst. They are the worst. They are the extreme dog nuts. You know, that's why I give them or dedicate videos to pit bull nutters quite often. Yeah, these people, they hate humans. They hate themselves. They hate their kids, obsessed with the dog, and they get off seeing their babies 1 second away from death. They get off on it. It gives them a rush beyond belief. Now, I've been so disgusted by the doo-doo that I've not even looked at. I've not even looked at their channel, but I'm sure this is going to be ridiculous. Let me share my screen here. I'm positive this is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, they get quite a few views. But the videos that get the most views are the videos that include dogs and babies. Huge platform. Yeah, 1.3 million, most definitely. Really, I mean, these videos average a lot of views, man. Man, this is sickening. My goodness. And you notice what is this? You notice these people, these people, look at the title of this. Giant dogs get new baby brother to look after. These people make it a rule to refer to dogs as the brothers and sisters of their own children. The dog gets a new baby sister, baby brother, your sister, your brother. And from this seat, they do that because they cannot appreciate their children unless they view their children as a dog. They have to categorize their kids in some way with the dogs. That's the only way that they can show outward appreciation for their children. Yeah, it's deep. And these dog nuts, they know it's the truth. It has nothing to do with believing that it's precious or anything like that. These people, they do that because they cannot love their babies. Many of them, I think, will feel awkward, alone with their babies. And that is when they start to become abusive. I read somewhere online, right? Another shout out to Gucci Mane in the super chat. Another thing I read online a little while ago I think it was a young child who left the comment, and they were talking about how their parents, the only time that they would be nice to them is if he was with the dog. Whenever the dog was around, or whenever he was close to the dog or was interacting with the dog, that was the only time his parents were nice and wanted to interact with him, wanted to play with him. So that does what? Like I said before, it makes that child addicted to dogs, because the dog is associated with, you know, good feelings, attention from your parents. That's the, you know, one of the best feelings you could possibly have as a human being. So you can see, you know, more of how and why these people become so obsessed with dogs. And it will really, not even traumatic experiences can cause them to snap out of it. We've seen a lot of them that get mauled and they're still a dog nut. So we're dealing with lunatics who are also suicidal. We have our work cut out for us, ladies and gentlemen. but we will see this thing through. The Crusaders will prevail. Big shout out to everybody who joined me in this stream. Listen to me babble. I had to talk about this. This is so sickening. Right? Big shout out to all the supporters. Everybody in the super chat today. And listen, don't be afraid. Please, I mean this. Don't be afraid to speak out against anytime you get an opportunity. Tell them, get your dog, put your dog on a leash. Get your dog out of here. I'm allergic. My baby's allergic. Oh, you just lost some business for letting that dog in here. Right? I have cynophobia. We need to make our presence known. And we have to do that the same way they made their presence known. Saying something. Being an activist. And don't be afraid of what these dog nuts think about you. They are in no position to pass judgment on anybody as we continue with this crusade against these worthless mutants and their enabling owners.